Playing with Reason today, and here's what I figured out after using it for about 1 hour. Here's what I've learned. I can press some of these function keys. Let's get rid of that preset browser, the sample browser, F3. All right. And now if I press F5, we have the mixer view. And I'm quite impressed with this mixer compared to what you get with Reaper. Here you get all of your... Let's zoom in a little bit because there's no way that you guys are going to be able to see this, and I can barely see it myself. So we've got some return stuff there. We have insert effects, 4 of them. This is pretty nice, a whole EQ section, and this looks very much like the SSL mixing desk EQ. I know that because I have the Waves SSL channel strip, and it looks just like this. I've never played a real SSL console, never played with one of those. So yeah, we have EQ built in here, and then we have at the top compression and a gate as well. This is a low pass high pass filter, and you get that on every channel, which I think is pretty awesome. As you know, in most DAWs, and I'm going to be comparing with Reaper, of course, which is what I normally use, the only thing you get is a slider for the volume, and everything else you have to add as VST effects. So this is pretty nice having everything included there, although it is very, very itty bitty text and a bit of a struggle to read. So I'll be using a lot of this Windows magnifier today. And look, they've even got also looks a little bit like a SSL bus compressor there as well. So all of that is included in the standard template, which I think is pretty cool. So F5 gives me the mixer. F6 gives me the instrument rack, or the effects rack as well. We just have an instance of Kong there right now. The keys are a little bit in strange positions for me. That was F5. F6 is the rack, but if I press them both at the same time, you get them both. I think that's pretty nice. If I press all 3 at the same time, yeah, we get all of the 3 main pages. Another thing I'll show you, if you go back to the rack and press tab, I guess you've all seen this. Check this out. Yeah, the wiggly cables are very nice. Let's take a listen to some plucks or something. Synth plucks, that's a nice category. So just double click and it creates a new track and puts the instrument onto the track, arms it for recording, and you're good to go. And this is what I'm hoping to gain over my Reaper DAW, is just the ease of use and the spontaneity. You know what I mean. I'm hoping it's a bit quicker just to fire up instruments and get them to work, because in Reaper this would be quite a lot of clicks just to create a new track and get an instrument playing on the track, but here it's pretty much just a couple of clicks. This is one of the new synthesizers in Reason 10. Okay, here's another nice thing as well. What we can do is go up and down through these sounds and hot swap the presets. Not only the presets, but different instruments will load as well. in this Synth Plucks category. Why did I play an F sharp? I'm going to show you another very cool trick I learned from watching one of the Propellerheads tutorials in a second. Does that remind anybody of anything? It reminds me of something. Okay, I'll show you this cool trick now. I got this from one of the Propellerheads tutorials. If you go to our players, and I know I need to select this one first, and I'm going to go for scales and chords, double click that one. And what this little thing does is it plays everything that I'm playing. If I play one note, it'll turn that into a chord. See if it's working. Yeah, it is working. Zoom in a bit. What happens if I play octaves? That's not very nice. I can add, well, we can change the scales, of course, minor. Weird, that's strange. Maybe I should play something in D. Let's go back to our major. If I take a open chord, I like the sound of that. What's this alter button then? What does that do? Oh! Not hearing much. Colour. How nice is that? It's adding ninths and sevenths and things. I've got a big monitor. I need new eyes. That's what I need. I mean, I'm struggling to read some of this stuff, and I've made it big for your benefit as well, in case you're watching on a phone or something, but... And there's no way... Okay, I don't know if Propellerheads are watching this, probably not, but I'm going to tell them anyway. What I would really love to be able to do here is, if you're working on any particular instrument in the rack, is to be able to double click it and have it scale up to full screen or double size or something like that. Because some of these are, I mean, come on, it's a bit of a struggle for me. And I'm sure, I can't imagine what this is like to use on a little MacBook screen, for example, which has got even higher resolution. So the instruments are going to be even smaller. So that's what I'd love to see in a future version. Double click, scalable instruments up to fill the screen, which is perfect if you're working on sound design or anything. For now though, I'll just have to carry on using my zoom in. Let's change sounds for a second, so we don't get too bored of this one. And let's see, the process for that was, just click there. Okay, let's find something else. Nice. I mean, some awesome sounds. what else do we have? Oh. Yeah, now I know how people make those songs. So that's a combinator patch we have going on there. Let's take another look at some things we can do with this scales and chords. It's a bit like playing soundtrack on the D50. You never quite know which combinations of chords are going to work. I was going to show you we can have an extra octave at the top. Let's turn off the colour for now. You can see what it's doing there. It's putting in another root note. I can put another one on the bottom. I mean, that could be the hook of a song, really. If I was to do a intro, outro music for my channel or something, or if somebody else needed a little piece of music with a nice hook, that would do it. You just need interesting drums and a bass line and you're good to go. Nick Leonard, yeah, you're right. I was thinking about buying Reason Essentials myself because I thought that would pretty much fit the bill for me. You get the Subtractor synthesizer, which is pretty much all I need for the kind of music I normally create, but these players you don't get, unfortunately. I mean, you could do this yourself, but it would be a lot more work. I mean, I can play, but I still wouldn't be able to play these chords as easily as I'm doing now. You can add more notes. You've got to be very careful what you're playing. Let's leave that. Should we have the colour or not? I'm not sure. This thing has another mode as well. I don't know how it works. I'm here for another half an hour or so. Let's take a listen to some pads because it's always a good way to get an indication of how rich and interesting sounds you can get. There we go. And automatically it's in this hot swap mode now, which I was saying earlier I really, really like. Does this thing have reverb? Yeah, it does. Oh, okay, thanks for that tip. There's a free sample D50 online somewhere, okay. A refill, yeah, okay, that's one of the Reason formats. Thor. boost the volume a little bit. Let's see. Lots of combis over here. Well, that's nice and warm. Should we put this to a beat? What do you think? Okay, let's try and find a beat. Loop supply, maybe? Not really what I had in mind. Ah, no, they were hiding those Waves plugins. I minimized them a bit, but now you can see them if I expand them like that. That's not the groove I was looking for. Let's try something else. This is a bit like building music with Lego, yeah? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. It's the end result that matters. Oh, interesting. Maybe that'll work. So yeah, this has loaded up 4 different loops into this Octo Rex player. Oh, I like that. See what I did there? They're all sliced up to different keys. How many? There should be 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. So I can change it around if I want. Let's listen to the filter. That sounds nice. We can modulate it by the looks of it. Filter. Thor then. Nice synth lead on top, yeah. Yeah, that sounded really good. Should we try recording something? 0 takes me to the start. Do something different. didn't have that switched on. Cool. And then I just need to loop it. L. There we go. Okay, let's find a bass, shall we? And then a lead. I was going to go through these showcase sounds, but I'm easily distracted. Key toggles, loop, yep, cool. Let's try that. L to toggle loop on and off. Really glad to have you here. NK, how do I say that? I also know that C is the click track on and off. And pre-roll is always good to have. So let's go to Reason 10 sounds or factory sounds. Okay, these must be the new ones then in Reason 10, I suppose. Factory sounds. Oh no, it's just organized in a different way. So bass, some nice simple synth bass. Switch back to the rack. I'm getting the hang of this. Why is that not working? No, I don't want any of those kind of basses today. Something simple. Too simple. That's interesting. Let's go for that one. Let's go for that one. So back to my sequencer. No, that's the mixer. There's the sequencer. Let's go. Go. Huh? What just happened? I like that if you don't actually play anything, it deletes it for you automatically. Let me show you that. That's really nice. That's a bit of a time saver compared to Reaper, where you have to fiddle around. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, delete. If I stop that now, it takes it away. That's cool. It's a minor thing, but such a time saver. 0 takes me back to the start. Let's go for it. I'm not sure what bass line to play. What do you think? That's not bad for a one take. And we can switch off the let's go back to our rack. Okay. Challenge is always how to go from as you know, how to go from a loop to a song. Square mini moog type of lead, you think? I was more into like an acoustic sound, maybe a guitar or a piano. Piano with a bit of reverb and delay, let me know. Otherwise we'll go for the mini moog. And another nice thing I hope you've noticed is all of the sounds are locking into the tempo for me without me needing to think about it really. That's quite cool. Should we see how it works? Unicorder. Okay, I haven't mapped it up as a VST yet in this, but actually they've got their own piano library, so we could check that out. That's called Art of Voice. Did that work? Let's try it, it's fun. Yeah, kind of like that. Got to say, I'm pretty impressed how quickly we're throwing something together here. This is my first day I've spent with this instrument, with this software. I'm not sure what notes are going to work here. Let's just try. The on-off thing might be nice. Yeah, I like it, I like it. All right. Okay, there we go. See what that sounded like with the tweak to the reverb. Go back to my... Yeah, I'm getting the shortcuts down. Okay, let's save it. Oh shit, I just overwrote templates. Oh, damn. Note lanes, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd agree. It's got an enigma feel to it. I did save it. Hello, Hawker. I did save it. I saved it over my template that I spent an hour making. I guess it doesn't matter. So, how did we do? Not too bad. We figured out how to put instruments in the rack. We did our very first sequence eventually. Still going. Stop that. Listen to some sounds. We added some effects and stuff. Yeah. Not too bad for day one. Well, Thank you everybody for joining me today. I reckon that's just about it for today. We didn't do too bad for day 1. Join me again for day 2, day 3, day 4. This is going to take me a lot of time to figure out, but I thought I might as well stream some of my learning process with you for those of you that are interested. And it was awesome to have guys in the chat here that actually knew what they were doing that could help me out. So that was a big hand as well. Thank you, Dan. Thank you everybody in the chat room. You've made it worth my while. And to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Let's hang up on you guys now. If you want to see that stream in its entirety, then you can do so over on Twitch. But what I'd really love you to do is to follow me over there. Then you can participate in the chat, which is a lot more fun, and you'll get a notification when I next go live. I hope to see you then.